Okay, looks like we are live. Let's go ahead and get our slides up. So if you are tuning in on the YouTube side, we are just getting ready to start our first class of the pre-college or inter-college boot camp. So excited to have all of these students come in. Hopefully you can see the slides now. Awesome. Looks like we've got a few more people in on the YouTube side of things. So welcome. And we're just waiting for students to come in. Well, it's 7 o'clock now. Well, sorry, it's 9 o'clock now. So guess we're just waiting until these students come in. So exciting. Hello, hello. Hi, Myung-se. Everybody's connecting in now. Awesome. Great. And if we could go ahead and turn cameras on, that would be great. Awesome. Looks like everybody's coming in. Hello, 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 hello. Nice headset. Hello, hello. Hi. Hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. Looks like everybody's just trickling on in here. You can hear me all right, yeah? Awesome, awesome. And you should be able to see the slides on the board. Nice, nice, nice. Awesome. Well, we're just gonna wait for everybody to come on in. Nice that I have the English version of your names on your Zooms already. Otherwise, I don't know if I would be able to pronounce them because I don't read Korean. But I'm excited to get to know all of you guys, all of you over this next year. So fun. Okay, let's keep waiting till people come on in. How are we all doing today? You guys know how to use the Zoom reaction tools? You can do some thumbs up or some hearts or smiles or things like that. So if you feel like doing one of those, just asking how you are, welcoming in. Okay, nice. Good. First day, right? First day of cool college classes. Are we excited? Are we ready for a fun year ahead? No, not excited. JQ. Yeah, getting used to all of the Zoom controls. You guys can use the little react buttons if you would like, and tell me how you're doing. All these things. I think we still have a few more people coming in. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10, 11 of you guys already in. But we probably should have just a few more, I think. But don't want to take too much time. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, good. We still have some more people coming in. Awesome. And I have a feeling throughout today and maybe the next few weeks, I'm probably going to get some of your names wrong. So at the beginning here, feel free. Please let me know if I mispronounce your name ever. Just because my first language is not Korean, of course. So that'll be fun as we get to know each other. My name is Teddy, Professor Holloway, if you will. So it'd be great to this year with you guys. Let's go ahead. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That is pretty much everybody. Maybe one or two more will be trickling in. But for now, I think we can go ahead and get started. Let us see. Go ahead and stop sharing real quick, and then we'll reshare my screen and we'll get going. Okay. You guys can see the slides all right? Okay, awesome. Great. Perfect. Okay. Well, welcome everybody. I'm so excited to see all of your faces. It's going to be a fun year ahead for us. And if we can make sure that our cameras are on throughout this class and throughout the next 2 weeks, that'd be great just to have them on for all of us to see your smiling faces, me included. Looks like everybody's name is already changed from the Korean alphabet into English, which is great. Definitely will help me out since I don't speak Korean. So, and I still might get your names wrong, so that's okay. If I ever get your name wrong, please just let me know so that I can pronounce it correctly because I'm going to be with you guys for the next year ahead, probably. So yeah, I'm excited. Let's go ahead and get started. So, welcome to the program and to your pre-college experience. I wanted to start by telling you a little bit about myself so you can get to know me just a little. You'll get to know me more over the year, of course. So, I am from Texas in the United States, born to a family of 6 kids, so I have a big family. Um, and I now live in the Boston area after I traveled around the world a lot. So I've been to Seoul, lived there for a little while, been to Taipei, lived there for a little while, been to Berlin and London as well. So I have lived over where you guys are probably are at the moment. So excited to see what you guys get up to in the city and around the campus. For this class, I'm hoping to create a comfortable environment for you guys to thrive in. In this class, I want you to know that failure is totally okay. We're all here to learn, and there's no shame in getting anything incorrect as we go through the course. I just want you guys to be able to learn. And so putting your best foot forward, your best guess forward is totally okay at any time. And I'm going to ask for hands a lot of the time during this class. So being able to just volunteer yourself and learn something new will be super important throughout this class. And I know some of you might be ESL, English as a second language, which is probably true for most of you. So if you don't have all the words to express everything that you want to say, that's totally fine. I'm here to help you with that, and your fellow peers are also here to help you along the way. So you have time to gather your thoughts, and it's okay to say things that are not perfect. Yes, that'll be perfect. As for some of my personal rules, I ask you now for participation throughout this course. So feel free to raise your hand to volunteer at any time or ask questions by raising your hand. There's a little raising hand function within inside of Zoom itself. So please feel free to ask questions whenever you need. And then I'll ask for volunteers a lot. So please try to use your hands as much as possible. This classroom is very interactive, and I'm going to try not to speak too much, or I hope not to. And so you guys, you all will be doing the talking and debating the class topics together. So make sure to come prepared to engage to our classes. If no one raises their hand for a question, I might be forced to call on someone, which I never want to do, right? I never want to single you out totally unaware. So I'll try to make sure I say your name first and then ask you a question so that you're aware of the question. But I think it would be even better if you listen and then raise your hand and volunteer if for a question that you think you have a great answer to or you want to know more about. So awesome. Now to this pre-college program. In this course, we're going to be learning about critical thinking and teamwork and problem solving. So we'll go through what algorithmic thinking is, how to interact in teams, and the many ways you can break down a problem into its multiple parts. It's going to be 2 weeks of intense work, uh, but it will set a great foundation for the year ahead and your whole college life. So the focus of this program is on skills that you can use in many different disciplines, from biology to history. You can probably use these skills to help you prepare for real world problems in any of those disciplines and for college itself. So I've talked a lot. Does anyone have any fun questions to start us off before we go into our little first activity or anything? And it's okay if you don't, because that's okay. We're about to start sharing out. Okay, I don't see any hands, so let's go to the next slide where we're going to go ahead and share out our goals for this course to each other. So make sure to have your goals handy, which you guys probably did for your pre-class work, I hope. Yeah, so we're just going to go one by one and share out our goals, one of our goals, just one of our goals, and try to keep it pretty short, pretty easy because we've got 18 of us to get through, right? We have a lot of us. So let's go ahead and go to Myung-se. Did I see your name right?
Yes, yes. I start my
Yes,
vision. Okay. I
just one of
want
your
to.
goals. Oh, oh, it muted. You muted yourself. Myung-se, it muted you.
Yes. So can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, yeah. I want to develop my communication skills in English. 2 weeks in 2 weeks. That's my goal.
Awesome. That's a great goal. Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks. Ga Hyun, would you share one of your goals? And did I
Uh,
say your name right?
I will improve my English listening and speaking skill by concentrating on the lectures.
Awesome. Nice. That's perfect. That's a great goal. Awesome. Cool, cool, cool. And let's go to Jae Hyun. What's one of your goals?
Then I do some mm, when I do some activities, I plan about what I have to do.
Sorry, can you say that one more time? I can't hear you very well.
When I do some activities, I will plan about what I have to do.
Okay, nice. Cool. Okay, let's go to Do-Yoon Han. Can you share one of your goals?
Oh, I want to improve my English skills.
Nice. Nice, nice, nice. It's like, can I get a show of hands? Everybody wants to improve their English skills. I'm excited for that. It's going to be great because you will be speaking a lot of English. So you will definitely be improving just by speaking and listening to me and each other. So great. Yunjae, can I hear one of your goals?
My goal is to get along with a lot of people and get used to this school.
Nice. Yeah, absolutely. Getting used to school and getting acquainted with your peers, that'll be fun. Hopefully in the next week it'll be a good time to meet up with people and have a good time. Perfect. Min Jun,
My goal is to get used to speaking and hearing English.
nice. Perfect. Um, Sung Juan. Sorry.
My goal is to improve my English skills.
Absolutely. Sounds good. Yuna,
I would like to make new friends and adapt to new school.
nice, nice. And Sokyun,
I will improve my conversation skills by communicating with my group members.
perfect. Yes, you'll be definitely talking to your group members a lot, and I encourage you to try and speak in English as much as possible, to keep learning and getting your English abilities up. Jiwon or Jiwoong? Jiwong.
I will speak my opinion more accurately in English.
Nice. That's good. Yes, I hope you do speak your opinion and raise your hand and say great things in class, so it'll be perfect. Yonghwan, go ahead.
My goal is to have enough English skill to express myself comfortably.
I like that goal. I hope you will definitely develop that skill to express yourself in this year of class together, hopefully. Hee Yeon,
I want to develop my ability to communicate in English through group activities and classes.
nice. Perfect. Seong-hee,
I want to learn a lot of things and get to know students and
great. Yeah, I'm sure you will be learning a lot of things in this year together. It'll be very fun. So thank you. Sungmin,
Yeah, I want to improving my English skill too.
definitely. Awesome. Ji Young,
I like to learn a lot of things from the bootcamp curriculum, and I like to get along with our classmates.
yes, I hope you do. That'll be fun. Okay, Ihyun, or yes, Ihyun? Ihyun An.
my goal is to make friends, to collaborate.
Great. Making friends is great. We love that. Sujin Park. Go ahead.
My goal is make lots of friends and get used to share my opinions.
Awesome. Yes, I really hope you share lots of opinions. This class is all about debate and talking to each other, so that will be great. Ha Yum.
I will briefly summarize what I learn every day to remember it for a long time.
Nice. Great. Uh, we'll go to I think we go to Jae Hyun? I think we already went to Jae Hyun. Yes, we did. Um, and then maybe Jae Young, but I think you're getting online, I think, at the moment. So let's see if your mic works, maybe. If not, I think that's everyone, which is good. We did good. We went through all of us. You all have a lot of great goals. I'm hearing a lot of wanting to learn more English, and do better with our English. So I'm very excited to say that you will be talking a lot in English and hearing me speak a lot of English. So hopefully that skill will grow over time for sure. And I'm excited for this semester and year together for us to continue that skill as we go along, right? Okay. And along those lines, I just wanted to show this slide of our pillars of a safe space. Now, there's a lot of text on this screen, but you don't have to read it. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about it. Just for this space, for my classroom to be a safe space for you all to engage with each other and talk to each other. And there are four main pillars of this safe space: respect and inclusion. And really just when someone else is talking or when someone has an idea, just treating their idea with respect and knowing that if someone has a different perspective from you or a different idea and you think that's wrong, it's okay to have different ideas. Totally okay to have different ideas. Just being very inclusive of that. And this class is very debate structured, so you'll be able to express your own ideas and talk to each other about it. And constructive dialogue, just that same idea of if you disagree, disagree respectfully, and it's okay to have a different idea than the other person. We have a zero tolerance for harassment, so making sure not to bully each other. Having fun in this classroom is okay, but if we get into a situation where we're not being nice to each other in the chat, I'll hopefully be able to see that and shut that down on you guys. No, don't be mean to each other. Don't be bullies. We're all here to be friends, right? And to have a good time in this class. So, and then participation and engagement. Like I said at the beginning, I would love to have your hands throughout, and have volunteers for this class. So excited to be sharing this wonderful space with you guys and leading you in this class. Okay, before we continue on, anyone have any questions or anything before we get really started about this course? And I somehow seem to be, oh, there's the chat. No one has said anything in the chat yet. Okay, let's go ahead and get this started. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to type in the chat. Totally okay. And let's go ahead. So again, lots of words here, but I'll be reading and talking to you about them. And today I might be talking a lot, but throughout this course, you will be the ones talking a lot more. So these are the learning targets for this course that we're taking for these 2 weeks. And you'll see on the left side of it, there are the target skills. And then in the middle, there are the learning targets. And then on the right side, there are the descriptions of these. And so these target skills on the left are these overarching skills that we're aiming to build through this program. So logical thinking, creativity through inquiry, and interpersonal skills, which are our main goals for this. And then we have our learning targets right next to them that are subsections of those where we each inform a different discipline or a knowledge set of how we can use those. So there's algorithmic thinking and critical thinking for logical thinking. And then we have expression and asking the right questions and collaboration and communication skills. All of these smaller skills that fit into the larger buckets of the target skills. And don't worry, you won't be quizzed on what these are, and you should always have this up when you're doing your work because you're going to want to think about how will I be graded throughout this course. And these are the ways you're going to be graded, looking at these learning targets specifically. So that middle column, every assignment or every deliverable from your collaboratives, which will be your fun group activities after each class, you'll submit something and I will be giving you feedback based on the learning targets. So whether you asked a lot of good questions or if you had a good collaboration with your team. So great. You'll be using a lot of these throughout the 2 weeks and during class. So today, your learning targets specifically are algorithmic thinking and critical thinking, right? And that's the title of this class, right? Intro to Critical and Algorithmic Thinking. So we've got our 2 learning targets of algorithmic thinking and critical thinking. And to start, I would love to have someone define algorithmic thinking for me. What is algorithmic thinking? Anybody have any ideas? Can I get a hand? Volunteer. Any brave souls out there want to give me a definition for algorithmic thinking? I'll wait for someone to volunteer. A brave soul. It's okay to not know and just to take a guess, or maybe even start by just defining what is an algorithm. Nobody? Waiting for a hand. Oh, there we go. Youngsei.
I think the algorithmic thinking is the process that simplify everything to solve problems more effectively.
Yes, absolutely. That's correct. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much for that answer. That algorithmic thinking is a sequence of steps. It's how we solve a problem to get to the answer efficiently. So great job, great job. And then I want to go and ask the second question that I asked right before, which was, what is an algorithm? Anybody have an idea? So if algorithmic thinking is how we create a sequence of steps to solve a problem, what is the algorithm? What is an algorithm? Any ideas? What is an algorithm? Trying not to call. I don't want to call on people on their first day, you know? I don't want to put you on the spot too hard right now because I don't want to embarrass anybody. I would love to just have a nice volunteer come on up, tell us what is an algorithm, or just take your best guess. Because if you get it wrong, I'll tell you. So don't worry. I have that. I have you. I have your back, of course. So no matter what, um, anybody have any idea? Okay, let's go ahead and tell you. Well, I'll tell you the response. So an algorithm, as we said, algorithmic thinking is creating a sequence of steps to solve a problem. And the algorithm is that sequence of steps, right? It's a set of rules or a set of instructions, a sequence of steps to be followed to solve a problem or do something, do an operation of sorts. So maybe we're brushing our teeth and we get out of bed, we go to the sink, we take the toothpaste, we put it on the toothbrush, and we brush our teeth. That is an algorithm of sorts where we're just doing the steps of something. And it's less about problem solving, that one. That's more about doing an operation, right? Get out of bed, get your toothpaste, do your thing. That's an algorithm. But then, of course, you can have an algorithm for solving a problem by breaking it down, asking the right questions, and coming up with a solution. So let's go ahead and move on, and we're going to get an example of an algorithm by watching a video of it. So before we do that, does anyone have an idea of what's the first step in making a sandwich? An algorithm that we haven't talked about yet. I talked about toothpaste. Is there anybody, what is the first step when you make a sandwich? Ji Young, go ahead.
Preparing some ingredients.
Yeah, absolutely. Preparing some ingredients, getting everything ready and around you. Maybe the peanut butter, maybe the cold meat, maybe the cheese, maybe the bread, bringing it all around. Yeah, that's a great first step. Anybody else have any different idea of the first step, maybe the first action that you take when making a sandwich? Youngse, go ahead.
We should decide it to what sandwich we make.
Absolutely. Yes, definitely. Finding the recipe or deciding which sandwich we're going to make by figuring out what we want. So that's actually an even further first step behind Jiyoung's first step, right? Decide what sandwich, then gather the ingredients, and then maybe start putting stuff on the bread. That was our first steps of making the sandwich. So now we are going to watch a funny video that is about sandwich making. It'll be a very short video. Um, yeah. So as you watch, think about what the algorithm is and what they could have done better with this algorithm, which I believe I need to actually stop sharing real quick and reshare so that you guys can hear my audio because I don't think I have it as my audio ability right now. So let's go ahead and make sure to share my sound with you all so we can watch this video together. Okay, you guys can see the slides, yes? Okay, awesome. Let's go to the next slide and you should be able to hear this video.
Put the butter knife in the peanut butter. Take the butter knife out of the peanut butter.
You did it wrong. No.
Take the butter knife that has the peanut butter on it and spread it all over the top of the piece of bread.
Dad,
That's the top.
I mean the sides.
Take the butter knife, rub it all over the top of the piece of bread.
I quit. You're not making any sense. Sorry, you ruined it on purpose. He knows how to make one. I know, Evan. It's the joke. It's the game that we're playing. Oh.
Do you know how to eat a piece of bread? You want to take your sandwich with you?
Oh, this is really so good.
It looks like a yummy sandwich.
Okay. So that was a simple little video. Kind of funny. Yeah, maybe. I hope. I'd love to hear from you guys what you're thinking went wrong here. What did the kid do wrong in his algorithm that he gave to his father? Any ideas? Yunjae, go ahead.
He wasn't specific where the top of the sandwich was.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he wasn't specific where the top of the sandwich was. So that's definitely telling us something about algorithms is what we have to be specific about our instructions, about what we tell the person following our instructions. Great. Awesome. Thank you for volunteering and sharing, Yunjae. That's great. Let's go ahead and move to our
Put the butter knife in the peanut butter.
Sorry. Let's go to our glossary today. So let me move over to our glossary. Oops. There we go. Wow. Looks like people have been putting in some words in our glossary. So if you don't know what this document is that you're seeing right now, this is our classroom glossary for our cohort golf, which is what you guys are a part of. And so throughout these 2 weeks, as you learn more words or as you see words in the readings that you don't understand, please feel free to put them in this left column where the term is, and then provide a definition. Go Google, figure it out, find it, and put it in here. And if you have more questions about it, we can go over it in class. But today, I would love to start. Oh, we already did that. Well, we did that. Oops. Sorry, I'm typing in the wrong spot. Can I type in here? I don't seem to be able to type inside of it. Aha. That is interesting. Well, I'm going to go up here and I will just take this one. So, does anyone remember what we defined algorithm as together? Because I gave you that example and I gave you the sandwich example. Can someone remind me what algorithm is or define it for us? Minjun, go ahead.
A sequence of steps.
Sequence of steps. Nice. Yeah, that's definitely true. And what are those sequences? What is that sequence of steps trying to help us do? What are we trying to do with those sequence of steps? Anyone other than Minjun know the answer? Or what is after this sequence of steps? What are we trying to do with an algorithm, right? Myung say this defined algorithmic thinking for us about solving a sequence of steps to solve something. So anybody know what we're trying to do with these sequence of steps? Jiyoung, go ahead.
Solving a problem, making.
Yes. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. But yes, you're so right. A sequence of steps to solving a problem. So we don't have a sandwich. Now we're taking a sequence of steps to make a sandwich and to solve our problem together. So great. On all these other words, does anybody want to ask a question about any of them, or if we want to go over any more of them together? For our next class, you should be able to add more words into here, and you should see it in your pre-class work as a part to add any terms that you don't know into this document. I will check and make sure you can edit in these. I think you should be able to. So, yes, you should be able to edit in these, which is good. So please feel free to add in more words and talk to each other about them and find the definition and bring them to class. And if you don't understand some of them, please raise your hand and we'll be going over them over every class, okay? So does anyone have any questions about any of these words on the document so far? No? Okay. Let's go back to our slides. You can see the slides, yes? Yes, I see Ji-young nodding. Perfect. Thank you. So now we're going to go to our first poll in this class. In many of these classes, you'll have either a preparatory poll or a reflection poll. So one is at the beginning and one is at the end. And during these, you'll have about 2 to 5 minutes to answer the poll. So today's poll is, what qualities make a recipe easy to follow? Pick one or two qualities and explain in detail about why they make a recipe easy to follow and use an example. So maybe in that sandwich example, he wasn't following it very well, so it doesn't have a good quality of why it's so easy to follow. But let's go ahead. I'm going to launch a poll and you'll get to answer it inside of Zoom. So let me go ahead. Okay, you should be able to see the poll. Can you see it on your screen? Yes. And it's the same thing. It's what qualities make a recipe easy to follow. Pick 1 to 2 and explain in details. And you'll have 5 minutes. You guys can all see it, yes? Can I get a thumbs up or a nod or something from you guys? Yes. 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 You can see it? Okay. Jiyoung says yes. Seung-hee says yes. Okay, cool. So you have 5 minutes. And just go ahead and answer it to the best of your ability. Don't worry, I won't even be able to see the responses that much, so just go ahead and answer it pretty well, and I'd be excited to hear the qualities from you guys. So I'll be quiet now and let you answer. Okay, you've got about 3 minutes left. So just keep typing, keep writing, keep thinking. Okay, just about 1 minute left. 1 minute. Oh, yes, good, nice. Looks like we're getting lots more answers in here. Just about 1 minute left, okay? Okay, sorry, I accidentally moved the slide there. I'm going to go ahead and end the poll very soon. So if you haven't submitted, go ahead and just press submit. It's all good. No worries if you didn't finish. I'm going to go ahead and end it now. 3, 2, 1. Ending the poll. Great. And I would love to hear from someone about what they believe are some good qualities that make a recipe easy to follow. Can I get a volunteer to share one of the two qualities that they talked about in their poll? Any brave faces out there want to raise their hand? Anybody? And this is not one that's like a right or wrong answer, right? This one is just whatever you think are good qualities that make a recipe easy to follow for you, right? So there's no worry about being wrong, just anything that makes it easy to follow for you. Anybody have an idea? Maybe let's go. I'm gonna ask someone. I'm gonna go to Yuna. Do you want to share your poll response a little?
I thought that the qualities that can show the details make a recipe easy to follow. So I thought that the videos that can show the recipe steps can have good qualities to make a recipe easy to follow.
Yeah, absolutely. That was great. Thanks so much for being available for me to call on you and ask you to do that. But I think that's a great one. Having a video and being very showing of the recipe steps and being able to show every single recipe step makes it really easy to follow when someone's showing you all the things rather than just having to read it on a page. So yeah, definitely makes it easy to follow. Anybody else have a quality that makes a recipe easy to follow other than Yuna? Can I get a hand? A hand. It's fun. You're all in the same classroom together, so I can see they're all around each other. Youngse, thanks for volunteering again. You're great at volunteering.
Yeah, I think the most important thing that make the recipe easy to follow is that simplicity. because the simple design and simple terms can make us too easy to follow the recipe. So, including recipe, I think that everything in the world has attention when it has the simplicity. Like Apple, Steve Jobs was inspired by minimalism. So the Apple design and everything algorithm has, if they have simplicity, we can have some kind of easy to follow.
Yeah, that's a great example. Thanks for bringing that in there. The Apple and Steve Jobs. Apple is very minimalist and it's easy to set up, and there's only one app for everything. And so that really relates well to this recipe, having simple steps that are easy to understand. So great, good example. Thank you, Youngse, for that. Nice. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to our breakouts today. So we're going to go into our breakouts for the day. Most classes, you will have a breakout group where you'll work in small groups with your classmates. When you're in these groups, I encourage you to try and speak in English. But of course, if you're over there and talking in your groups, that's okay. You'll have about 15 minutes for this breakout group, and you're going to be trying to solve a problem. So specifically in this breakout group, you're going to create an algorithm for a common daily task. And this will help you practice your algorithmic thinking and your teamwork together as you create something. So you can select pretty much any daily task, like brushing your teeth or making breakfast, and then create an algorithm for that task together. Does that make sense? You're going to create an algorithm on a daily task that you do together, or that you do, and you'll do that together. Okay. Any questions? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing so that I can put you into your breakouts. Awesome. Let's go ahead. Let me make sure. 4 different groups. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you're going to go into your breakout groups. Don't be worried. At the beginning, you won't have anything to work on. I'm going to come into the room and drop a document into the chat that you guys can type on together, okay? So just wait for me to come in, and then I will bring you a document to work on. So go ahead into your breakout rooms. See you on the other side. Gayun, do you see the breakout room? Oh, I think she sees it. Maybe. She's having internet issues. I'm going to join group 1 now and give them their document. Hi, Gayun. Here, let me go ahead. I'll assign you to a room. Hmm. Okay, so for people watching on YouTube, the groups are now in their breakouts and they're working on creating an algorithm together. And I can share my screen with you all, I think, and we can see their breakout documents. So what you should see now um, is breakout group number 4. And so we can actually go through and see their documents and see them on the document and see what what progress they've made. So it looks like they're writing in Korean at this point in time, which is fine. Of course, I'd want them to write in English so that I can understand it later, but I know that they're probably more comfortable right now writing in Korean. So like they're writing in English, which is nice, helpful for me as a teacher. Um, and yes, I would like to hopefully go and check on them at around 5-10 minutes into it. But since this is I wanted to give them a little bit more time for this breakout session just because it's their first time. So shouldn't take too long. But we'll see how long they get through it. They take to get through it, I should say. Oh, I love that they've created their own box here for this breakout. They've given making a hamburger as its own like box. Where this they did. Oh, they're making their own box too, maybe, possibly. Maybe it was already there. The other group just deleted it. But as you might be able to tell, I'm switching through all of these tabs just to kind of check in and see what they're up to, um, without having to go into their breakout groups. Coming to Hanyang University from Hanyang Station. Oh, I wonder how many steps that will take to go through. That's nice. Let's see. Let's just make sure. It's supposed to be around a 15-minute breakout. Looks like I gave them maybe 25 minutes instead of 15 minutes. Um, that's my bad. On Zoom, there's a little setting to make the breakouts. But giving them more time on this first day is good. Packing a bag. Brushing teeth. Yeah, that's a good easy one to pick. Making a hamburger. Coming to Hanyang University. And they check packing a bag. These are all good. All nice algorithms to work on. Very nice. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen to you all on the YouTube. And that is so that I can send them a broadcast and say 10 minutes left. And it looks like one of the groups switched from using Korean to using English, which is nice, helpful for me. And then after these breakouts, I can screen share some of the groups and their specific breakout document so that they get to see what their other group friends were working on. And now I will go check on the groups and see how they're doing and let them know that they have about 10 minutes left so that they know, because sometimes they don't always see the broadcasts. So back. So I just went in and checked on them. It seems group 4 is very talkative at this moment, which is nice. And they're screen sharing as well, which is awesome to see that they're using the Zoom functions. So that's great. And the hamburger algorithm is also going well. They're all doing well. Everything is going well. So that's very nice. I think giving them a good amount of time. And I'm glad we seem to be running early, which is good. So giving them a lot of time on this breakout is good. Helps them talk to each other, which is fun. I'm going to broadcast again that they have about 5 minutes left. Sorry for those of you in the session. Very quiet. We're just waiting until the kids get back from their breakout rooms. Got about 3 minutes left on this breakout, I think. They're all doing pretty great at this moment in time. I'm just reading their breakout documents at this moment. I can go ahead and share those for you. So you should be able to see, this is group 3, and they were the ones making a hamburger. So they've got to decide what hamburger, prepare the ingredients, grill the meat. How do you grill the meat? Cut the vegetables. How do you cut the vegetable? Make the sauce, put sauce over the flat surface. Put the meat on the sauce, put vegetable over the meat, put the remaining bread over the vegetables, and eat. So very interesting. I would say it's not specific enough of an algorithm, but it's a good start for an algorithm. That's for sure. And then we've got the bus, the one they're trying to get from Hanyang University to Hanyang Station. And it's difficult to write a map algorithm, that's for sure. So it might be the simplest, but it's difficult to make sure that they don't get turned around, I guess. And then we've got our toothbrushing kids with weak force. What is weak force, group 2? What is weak force? This is fun. I love it. They're doing really well, though. They're almost all done with the full breakouts, which is going well. So that's good. I'm glad I gave them an extra 5 minutes on this. And we have the time. Pick up the stocks. Maybe the socks. I'm going to broadcast again. Now click close the rooms in about 30 seconds. And when that happens, they'll have a 60-second countdown to come back to the main room of the college. And that'll be fine. since they're all in the same classroom, it's been interesting to see how they talk to each other. Just because if you're on the headset and your computer picks up the mic of someone else, it starts echoing and it's not a very good experience. So um, it's pretty difficult and it's hard for them to talk to each other. So looks like it's been the 1 minute that I gave them. So I'm gonna go ahead and close all the rooms and they'll come back in about 60 seconds. Hello. Hi. Welcome back. Welcome back. You are the first to return. We're just going to wait for everybody to trickle back in to this room. Welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Everybody else will be coming back in around 10 seconds. If you guys need water or anything, feel free to get up and get water. Okay, looks like everybody is now back in our main room of class. People are trickling in a little bit. Make sure to keep your cameras on. You should all be muted when you came back, which is helpful just in case anyone was talking or anything like that. Welcome back. Welcome back. I hope you guys had fun creating your own algorithm of a specific task. We had toothpaste, we had packing a bag, we had making a hamburger, and getting from Hanyang Station to Hanyang University as our algorithms. So let's go ahead and debrief that together. Can I have one group volunteer to present their chosen algorithm? And I'll share it on the screen, so you won't have to do it from memory. But does anyone want to share their algorithm for the class? Maybe someone from the Making the Hamburger group? Anybody from the Making a Hamburger group want to present your algorithm? Basically, just tell us what you chose and then talk about the algorithm that you made. Anybody? Or maybe from one of the other groups? Anybody from any of the other groups want to present your algorithm to your friends? You don't have to present it to me. You're just presenting it to each other. So any amount of fun can be had. So anybody want to present? Maybe let's see. So oh, did someone raise their hand? No, no one raised their hand. Let's see. Maybe Hayu from the hamburger group. Would you be okay presenting about the hamburger that you guys made? Not Hayun. Hayun?
Um,
All you have to do is just tell us what the steps of your algorithm are and what you're going to do. So there's your final algorithm if you just want to tell us the steps. Anybody else in? Oh, go ahead.
Just explain this.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Mm, Our ours our task is making a hamburger, and the algorithm is decide what kind of hamburger to make and prepare ingredients and clear the meat to make patties and cut the vegetables and make the sauce by mixing ketchup and mayonnaise and, and put sauce over the flat surface of the hard coated bread and put the meat flat surface on the sauce and put vegetables over the patty in an order like onions over lettuce over tomatoes and put the remaining bread flat surface over the vegetables and enjoy your meal.
Awesome. I will certainly enjoy my meal because hamburgers are my favorite food or one of my favorite foods. So thank you, Group 3, for creating a wonderful, delicious hamburger for me. From other group members, what do you all think of their algorithm? Is it good? Could it be improved? Um, yeah. What do you think? Do you think is it specific enough? Or does it need more specifics? Or do you think they did a good job? Anybody raise hand to talk about their algorithm? Someone who's not in group 3, maybe. Hmm, maybe Sujin? What did you think of their hamburger that they made?
I think it's easy enough to follow.
Yeah, easy enough to follow. What do you think? Let's see, who should we ask another question to? What do you think they could have done better? Anybody have any ideas? Think long and hard. What do you think could have done better? Unless it's perfect. Maybe it is perfect. Jiyoung, go ahead.
Um, the tools like dishes or knives are not on this recipe. And if there was the specific explanation of cutting the vegetables, like the sizes, it would be better.
Yeah. Thank you for volunteering and telling us that. That's perfect. Um, yeah, that's definitely something that could be added, right? Just a little bit more specific, you know. But I think that's something most algorithms don't have is specifics on them. So great. Thank you, Jiyoung, for telling us that. Does any other group want to present their algorithm? Maybe the map, the map group? I thought it was such a cool idea to do a map, so they did Coming to Hanyang University from Hanyang Station, which I don't know if you finished or not, but I thought it was so cool. So if you want to present it, you could. Maybe Seong-hee?
We make a map to come to the class here and take a line number 2, and we can arrive at Hanyang University Station, and then come out from the exit 1 and go straight and turn right at the end of the block and take a Songdong 3-2 bus at Hanyangdaekyo main door station and go through 6 stations and drop out at the 법학학술정보관 station. And then go straight and turn left around the basketball court and go straight and find the building on the right side. And that building is the class which we are in.
Great. Perfect. Thanks for telling us your algorithm. I think it was so cool to do something slightly different, a map. We all need maps. We use Naver or Kakao maps to get us where we're going, right? So just imagining how it thinks and putting that down on paper was such a cool idea. So I love it. Do you think do you think this is enough to get you to class? Will you get lost? Or will it be perfect? It'll get you to where you need to go. If you want, you can just do a little thumbs up or a thumbs down or a check or an X if you think it'll get you where it's going. And you can do that via Zoom's React features. And you can just put a little check or an X, if the yes or no, or a thumbs up if you think it will get you to where you're going, which I hope it will. Group 4, not leading us down a random path to get us lost at the basketball court instead of coming to class. So, okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Group 1, Group 3, and Group 4, or Group 2 and Group 4. Group 3 and Group 4 for presenting. Let's ask you guys a question here of what challenges did you find when you were creating your algorithm? What made it hard for you to do? Anybody? Volunteers? I'll take a hand. Myung-se, go ahead.
I think it is very difficult to simplify the problems or this process because we should make algorithm that can make people to understand more easy, but it is very hard to simplify something.
Yeah, absolutely. That is a big challenge. Simplifying something, but making it specific enough. Like we had the hamburger, we say, oh, grill the patties, but grill them with what or on what? And so it becomes like a guessing game of what are all the assumptions that you've made about the step. And assumptions are a big thing in algorithms is what do you assume the human who is about to do this task already knows about doing this task? So for making a hamburger, maybe they assume you'll need a knife, or they assume you'll need a pan to grill the things on. And so they just assume to know how to do it. But an algorithm, you have to be specific and say everything, even though you assume it. And so you say, grill the hamburger on a pan with a spatula or something like that, and cut the vegetables with a knife into circular pieces or something like that. And so making an algorithm gets super difficult because you have to be both simple but specific and make sure that everyone knows what they're doing. So great. Let's go ahead and move on to our next activity where we're going to be making a recipe for success. So just like a recipe uses specific ingredients to create a dish, success requires a mix of different things, different qualities, skills, and actions. So today, we're going to create our own recipe for success as a class. So hopefully you brought a few things from your pre-class work about something that will bring you success in this class. So let's go ahead. We've got a few examples here. So look at this. We have the 2 cups of perseverance here and 1 tablespoon of feedback. And so does anyone have some ideas about what you want to add to our recipe for success in the class? And if you have some, go ahead and add them to the chat. Put them in the chat, type them in the chat, because I can just go from the chat and start adding them to our document. Or feel free to raise your hand. Those are our 2 examples, 2 cups of perseverance and 1 tablespoon of feedback. I know these are in American they're in American terms, cups versus milliliters, or yeah, kilograms instead of grams instead of ounces. So anybody have something for our recipe for success? What do we need to succeed in this class together? Any ideas? No idea is a wrong idea. Don't be shy. It's all good. If you don't want to speak, put it in chat and I'll speak for you a little bit. What did we put for our pre-class work? Myungse, go ahead.
Well, I prepared the recipe of success, focusing on finding out what we want really. So, um, so I should tell about the recipe steps.
Sure.
Okay, so I think the we should like if the food recipes, we should need the ingredients to find out the what we want. So I think the ingredient that we should need is open mind and desire to think deeply. And uh, how can we find what we really want is that I think the 3 steps are needed. The first step is preparation. The first is eliminate distraction that are hurdles for you to think deeply and actively. Second is think about what is actually you want and your and happiness that you felt when you are
Oh, I
inspired by
lost
your
him.
own sentiment, not others. So the conclusion is, yes. Second is think about deeply what is actually your desire and wants and happiness that you felt when you are inspired by your own sentiment, not others. And last is conclusion. Third is refined it more detailedly. So I think yes. So I think that process is very important because uh, every day in our generation, we are inspired and many distraction about internet um, confuse us. So we should more focus on our desire, our own desire to make something or to find out our career, whatever. So I think that's the important process we should we
Yeah, absolutely. This is great. Thank you so much for bringing that to class. That's wonderful. Um, and I want to build on that, especially, and just look at what I've written here of this open-mindedness or open mind and a desire to dig deeply and preparation and refining in detail. And so when we put these into like a recipe standpoint, and we think about like, oh, like 1 cup of open mind and bringing our open mind to class and knowing that we're here to learn, we're here to understand things, and maybe like a tablespoon of the desire to dig deeply and to ask questions and to try to learn together, and heaping a heaping cup of preparation because I want you all to be prepared for class and come ready with all the knowledge that you have learned from the papers that you will be reading. So a lot of that, a very large amount. And yeah, and then Yunjae, you put into the chat 4 cups of participation. Can you tell us a little bit more about what you mean by that? Because that's a lot of cups of participation. It's actually probably the largest amount on this recipe.
Because if nobody participated, then the class wouldn't move on.
That is perfect. Yes, exactly. If no one participates, it'll just be me talking to you all, and being very silent. So I think Yunjae is on the right track here. 4 cups of participation for this class will be very, very important. And I encourage you all to not to be too shy and to come out of your shell and answer questions with no worry if you're going to fail. Like I said at the beginning of class, failure is totally okay. We're here to fail quick and learn quicker. So we're going to learn as we fail because if you say something and it's not right, well, I'm here to get you. I have your back. And so I'll let you know if something's wrong or if we're moving in the wrong direction and we can find the truth together. So great. Absolutely, Yunjae. Participation will be very important through this class for sure. Anybody else have anything else they want to add to our recipe here? Nope. No more things to add to our recipe. What about positivity? Yeah, I see Sung Hee nodding at my positivity here. Yeah. Maybe 1 cup of positivity. If you couldn't tell, I'm pretty positive. And I like to smile a lot. So I bring that energy to you all so that we can have a good time in class. And I hope you also bring a positive energy to class, so that we can have a fun time. But it's okay if you're not having a good day, that's okay. It's okay. You can tell me or let me know. But I bring a positivity to class when I come so that I can participate well, just like Yoonjae has said. Okay, so that's it for our recipe today. It's looking like a fun recipe, persevering, giving each other feedback, being able to participate, keeping an open mind, digging deeply into the questions we have, and preparing well for class. So looks like a very nice recipe we have here. Although we don't know the algorithm for making it, but we put it all together at once, right? Instead of chopping things up, and having to make a burger. We just put it all to a bowl and mix and bring it to class, right? And hopefully it makes I don't know, what do you guys want it to make? Do you want it to make very nice chocolate chip cookies or brownies? I don't know. What are your favorite foods? But really, it will make a good classroom environment if you bring all these things together. So awesome. Let's go ahead and move in to our last little bit of class. Let's start out with great job today, everybody. This session was all about algorithmic thinking and seeing how it applies to both simple and complex tasks, such as making a sandwich or making a hamburger or making a map to your university. So you've demonstrated the ability to break down your problems into logical steps, and you've seen firsthand how valuable feedback can be in improving your work by talking to each other about the algorithms you made and the other groups commenting on the algorithms you made. One key takeaway from today is that algorithm thinking isn't just for computers, right? It's also something that can help you in the real world, solving real problems, organizing your tasks, collaborating effectively, and whether you're planning a project or analyzing a situation or writing code. Structured way of thinking can help you and your routine and how you do it, and making sure it's specific and detailed is great. So I have loved hearing your reflections on the importance of all these things that will make a good classroom environment for each other. Thanks, Ming-Se and Yoon-Jae, for bringing in some great recipe components for us. And I'm excited to see what we do throughout this year as a class together. So let's make sure I didn't forget anything today. Ah, yes, the bingo. So as a part of this program, you might have seen this bingo before so far. We've created a fun bingo for you to complete. It's totally optional, but we think it might set you up for success this year at Hanyang University. So over the next 2 weeks, complete as many items as you can, and you might get a special prize. And you can do it digitally, or you can print it and do it with a pen. But it has some fun things like discovering a new feature, meeting with your team members, things that you'll do on campus together. So very fun, and I hope you guys get to do it as well. And I think that's it for today. So we're a little early on time, and that's okay. Make sure to prep well for tomorrow. There is no collaboratory today, which is great for you guys. Tomorrow you'll be working together in groups on a group assignment after classes. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Make sure to prep well for tomorrow, and I will see you then. And if anyone has any questions, feel free to stay behind and I can try to answer them for you. So that's the end, and I'll see you next time. Bye, 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 bye. And for our YouTubers, that's also the end. So thank you so much for coming, and we'll see you next time.